a happy marriage, a patient partner, and a successful career. But I already knew about her affair and was quietly plotting my ultimate revenge. She completely lost control when our daughter spat in her face and said, "You're a cheating witch. I hope I never see you again." Little did she know, that moment would come sooner than she expected. That was just the beginning. Let's begin today's story in the cozy living room of their suburban Chicago home, where tension boils over as Sophia, trembling with rage, glares at her mother Emily and yells, "You're a cheating witch. I hope I never see you again." Emily, normally so calm and confident, stands frozen, her face pale as the weight of her daughter's words sinks in. Across the room, James leans casually against the doorway, his expression composed but deliberate, a quiet satisfaction gleaming in his eyes. In a steady, introspective tone, James reveals that he's known about Emily's affair with Victor for months, but chose to stay silent, letting her betrayal unfold while he carefully planned his revenge. Emily thought she had it all: a devoted husband, a loving daughter, and a thriving career. But as James watches her world fall apart, he knows this is just the beginning of the reckoning she'll face. The fallout from Sophia's emotional outburst begins to take shape as James reflects on the family dynamic that once seemed perfect. Emily, a driven and successful career woman, was the pillar of their social circle, admired for her achievements and charm. James, a loyal husband, had always supported her, proud of the life they had built together in their suburban Chicago home. Their teenage daughter, Sophia, was the light of their lives, and James had worked hard to create a home filled with love and stability. But beneath this seemingly perfect surface, cracks had already started to form, adding emotional weight to Emily's betrayal. The signs of infidelity were subtle at first. Emily's frequent late nights at work and vague excuses for her absences didn't raise any red flags immediately. However, her secretive phone calls and muffled laughter began to create unease. The turning point came when Sophia overheard her mother giggling on the phone and mentioning a dinner plan. Though Emily dismissed it as a work-related meeting, Sophia's suspicion grew, planting the first seeds of doubt in her young mind. For James, the confirmation came by accident. One evening, he picked up Emily's phone to hand it to her and saw an incriminating message from a man named Victor. It was brief but unmistakable, filled with intimate words that made the truth undeniable. Instead of confronting her, James chose to remain silent, prioritizing strategy over impulse. He was determined to protect Sophia and expose Emily's lies. Quietly, he began collecting evidence, maintaining the facade of a happy husband while observing Emily's deceit unravel. This calm determination, already hinted at during Sophia's explosive confrontation, set the stage for the methodical dismantling of Emily's seemingly perfect life. As James continued his investigation, the layers of Emily's lies began to unravel, and the tension within the family grew. Determined to gather irrefutable proof of her infidelity, James discreetly followed Emily and observed her frequent meetings with Victor, confirming the depth of her betrayal. Not trusting circumstantial evidence alone, James enlisted the help of a private investigator to document every detail of the affair. Each new discovery strengthened his resolve, and though he appeared calm on the outside, the conflict simmered beneath the surface, waiting to explode. Meanwhile, Sophia's awareness of her mother's behavior grew. Already suspicious after overhearing Emily's secret phone calls, her doubts were solidified when she saw Emily and Victor together at a mall. The sight of her mother laughing and acting intimately with another man left Sophia confused and heartbroken. Later that evening, she cautiously approaches James and inquires, "Dad, is Mom seeing someone else?" Although the question strikes him deeply, James evades a direct answer. Instead, he reassures her with a quiet promise to shield her from the painful truth, at least for now. Unaware of the mounting storm surrounding her, Emily grows bolder in her actions. Fueled by her belief that James is oblivious, her arrogance becomes evident as she brushes off his occasional questions with vague explanations. She even begins to manipulate him, accusing him of being overly controlling or insecure when he presses her too much. Each of her manipulations only strengthens James's resolve as he becomes increasingly aware of her complete disregard for their family. This escalating tension sets the stage for a volatile confrontation, with James silently preparing to dismantle the illusion of their marriage once and for all. His quiet but calculated determination reaches its peak as he finalizes his plan to expose Emily's betrayal in a way she will never forget. He arranges what seems to be a regular family dinner at their Chicago home, but with a twist. He secretly invites Victor's wife, Margaret, to join them. James has meticulously orchestrated this confrontation, ensuring that Sophia will also be present, believing she deserves to witness the truth. The weight of this decision is clear as James braces himself for the emotional fallout that will undoubtedly follow. The dinner begins with a tense atmosphere, but the mood shifts when James calmly turns on the TV and plays a video. The screen fills with undeniable footage of Emily and Victor together, leaving no room for denial. Margaret seizes the moment, confronting Victor, her voice trembling with fury as she exposes his lies and cowardice. This only emphasizes the extent of the betrayal. For Sophia, the reality of her mother's actions becomes too much to bear. Tears streaking down her face, she stands and spits in Emily's direction, shouting, "You're a cheating witch. I hope I never see you again." Her words echo with the raw pain of a daughter whose trust has been shattered. Emily's confident exterior crumbles as she breaks down, desperately trying to apologize, but Sophia storms out of the room, leaving behind an insurmountable chasm between them. James, composed but frosty, delivers his final words to Emily. "This is only the beginning of your consequences." His tone is devoid of emotion, a stark reminder that her actions have set in motion a series of events that will forever change their lives. This explosive revelation not only marks the breaking point in their family's story, but also paves the way for the consequences Emily is yet to face. The aftermath of the dinner sends shockwaves through Emily's life, reducing her world to rubble. Having gathered irrefutable evidence, James discreetly leaks the details of Emily's affair to her workplace, causing an uproar among her colleagues. Once a respected professional, Emily finds herself ostracized and shunned. Victor doesn't escape unscathed either. Margaret files for divorce, leaving him financially ruined and socially humiliated. As the dust settles, Emily is forced to resign from her position, her once thriving career in ruins. With nowhere else to turn, she moves out of the family home, watching the life she once took for granted slip away piece by piece. For James and Sophia, the fallout is just as emotional but provides an opportunity for healing. James dedicates himself to rebuilding their lives, prioritizing Sophia's well-being above all else. The betrayal has forged a stronger bond between them as they find solace and strength in each other's support. However, Sophia's pain runs deep, and she makes the difficult decision to sever all ties with her mother, refusing to see or speak to Emily. Sophia focuses on moving forward, leaving her mother as little more than a painful memory. As James reflects on the wreckage Emily's betrayal left behind, he finds peace in knowing he has done everything possible to protect Sophia and give her a foundation to rebuild upon. The consequences of Emily's actions are far-reaching, serving as a harsh reminder of the cost of betrayal and the resilience required to overcome it. This chapter of their lives ends with James and Sophia determined to create a future free from the shadows of Emily's choices. Desperation drives Emily to make a final attempt at redemption, but her efforts only deepen her humiliation. Hoping to reconnect with Sophia, she shows up unannounced at her daughter's school, pleading for a moment of Sophia's time. But her hopes are dashed when Sophia coldly and publicly rejects her. The sting of Sophia's words and the cruel whispers of onlookers leave Emily shattered. It is in this moment that the full weight of her betrayal becomes undeniable, and she realizes just how much she has lost. Not only her family, but her dignity and place in their lives. Meanwhile, James's plans for closure take a final calculated turn. Having already secured full custody of Sophia through the courts, he ensures that Emily's visitation rights are limited, reinforcing the message that her role in their lives is no longer welcome. To solidify their fresh start, James sells the family home, a symbol of the life they once shared, and donates part of the proceeds to charity in Emily's name. This mocking gesture serves as a public reminder of the consequences of her actions, underlining the fact that her betrayal will continue to haunt her. These unexpected twists highlight the depth of Emily's downfall, while showcasing James's determination to reclaim control over his and Sophia's lives. They bring the narrative full circle, ensuring that Emily's downfall is complete and that James and Sophia can finally move forward, free from the shadows of betrayal. The story reaches its emotional peak when the full extent of Emily's downfall becomes apparent. No longer living the luxurious life she once enjoyed, Emily now works a low-paying job, struggling to make ends meet. She is a far cry from the confident, successful woman she once was, and her days are consumed with the harsh reality of rebuilding a life she destroyed. The contrast is stark as James and Sophia thrive in their new reality. Sophia excels in school, her confidence and joy slowly returning as she moves past the trauma of her mother's betrayal. James, having found peace in his new life, focuses on giving Sophia the future she deserves, free from the pain of the past. As the story nears its end, James reflects on the painful yet transformative power of betrayal. Through his narration, he shares a poignant truth. While betrayal can destroy lives, it can also create opportunities for growth and renewal. The final scene is one of quiet triumph as James and Sophia are shown moving into a new home, leaving behind the shadows of their former life. It is a fresh start, and the weight of their past no longer holds them back. In a twist ending, as James closes the door to their new home, the camera lingers on a letter from Emily left unread on the counter. It symbolizes her regret, but it is clear that both James and Sophia have no intention of looking back. The letter, untouched and forgotten, serves as a final reminder that Emily's betrayal will never define their future. The door closes, signifying the closing of that chapter and the promise of a better tomorrow for James and Sophia. As the story draws to a close, the message is clear and powerful. Trust is difficult to build but easy to destroy. When betrayal strikes, it's not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter. This poignant truth serves as the final reflection on Emily's actions and the life-changing consequences that followed. While the betrayal shattered the family, it also set the stage for healing and growth. James and Sophia's journey demonstrates that even after the deepest wounds, there is always room for rebuilding and moving forward. Their new life is a testament to resilience, showing that the end of one chapter can lead to the hopeful beginning of another. To wrap things up, viewers are encouraged to share their thoughts in the comments section. Was James's revenge justified, or was there another way for him to handle the situation? What would you have done in his place? Their opinions matter, inviting engagement on a deeper level. Viewers are also encouraged to subscribe for more captivating stories like this one, ensuring they don't miss out on future videos that explore emotional depth, personal transformation, and the complexities of human relationships. Thank you for being a part of this story with me. If it moved you, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Narrative Stories. I've noticed many of you who enjoy these stories aren't subscribed yet. By subscribing, you're not just following a channel. You're becoming part of a community that values deep, meaningful storytelling. Let's continue exploring these heartfelt journeys together. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you won't miss our next story.